Can you hear me? Hey, Tim. I just wanted to hop on mic and let you know that I really, really appreciate what you're trying to do here. And, I know I haven't heard your voice yet, but just by the looks, I mean, I looked over this music, and I really think that it might be the cheeriest thing ever written. And, we're in 1968. We really need this right now. People are scared. People are scared, Tim. And, however it goes, I mean, I cannot foresee this not becoming a smash hit with people and just lifting everyone's spirits. So, I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to let you know that. And I think whenever you're ready, we're good to go out here. So, go ahead. Hello everyone, it's me, Drew, and welcome to Social Distance Cinema Discussion. It's been a while, hasn't it? This week we watched movies from the Horrenaissance. For those of you that don't know what the Horrenaissance is, I wrote a blog post thoroughly describing it, which you can find in the link down below. But to quickly summarize, it's just a return to form and art for horror movies that we've seen over the past 10 or so years. In my opinion, some of these horror films could go toe-to-toe with and even poop on some of the classics that we all love. I consider Insidious to be one of the very early films of the Horrenaissance that helped kick it off. One of the contributing factors to eras in which there are great horror movies is new, innovative voices coming to the genre. If you look back at some of the directors for classic films, you'll find Stanley Kubrick for The Shining and William Friedkin for The Exorcist, both of which didn't start in horror, but rather forayed into them. The same can be said for voices today like Get Out's Jordan Peele, who was previously a man of comedy, and Insidious's James Wan, who at the time he was 27, directed his first feature film in the first Saw movie, which is 2 years older than me. James Wan then executive produced every subsequent Saw movie, which released every year until 2010. He was getting a reputation of being the gore guy because the Saw sequels were pretty bloody, but he didn't really like that. According to him, the first Saw movie, which is the only one that he actually directed, was kinda tame.
With the first Saw, not much blood was flowing at all. The first Saw film played more like a psychological thriller. I like to describe Saw as it was written as a thriller, but then shot like a horror film.
I'd use a quote there because I've never actually seen any of the Saw movies because of that reputation. I think gore is kind of gross and cheap. But now that we know this, maybe I'll throw it on a list sometime. Insidious was Wan's attempt to show that he can make a horror movie without any gore at all. He chose to fund the film independently, which, as we've discussed before, allowed him a lot more freedom over the finished product. At the time, studios had a certain expectation of horror, and directors were kind of just painting by numbers. This freedom allowed him to focus on character development, which is super important for scary movies because we can't be scared if we can't put ourselves in that person's shoes.
Our biggest problem with like a lot of horror films today is they made like action films where like they just jump straight to the action moments, the horror action moments, right? Where like you don't really care about the characters. And with this film, we really hark back to like the great days of like The Exorcist, The Shining, and Poltergeist as well, where we actually take time to get to know and love the characters before we start throwing all these crazy, bizarre stuff at them.
That emphasis on character is similar to those old horror flicks that everyone loves so much. One of those films, Poltergeist, is James Wan's biggest inspiration for Insidious. And besides character development, there's a lot of similarities. Having that independent funding also allowed him to focus heavily on casting, which James Wan considered to be of the utmost importance for this film. Being a young man of 27, he had no idea what being a parent was like, so he relied on actors that were parents, like Patrick Wilson, to portray it accurately. He also casted actors that had worked together before, like Ty Simpkins, who played Patrick Wilson's son in the 2006 film Little Children. Of all the things I love about this film, the thing that most freaks me out is that it offers a different theory of reality. Wan is on record as saying that he and the screenwriter wanted to explore the phenomena known as astral projection, or having an out-of-body experience for those of us that don't know our zodiac signs. I, for one, am a Cancer, us human being. Out-of-body experiences are well documented in medicine, but no one's quite sure why they occur, which leaves ample room for fiction. People can experience this phenomena while asleep, which ties in with lucid dreaming. How many of you have had a lucid dream before? Because I have. I had them all the time around when this movie released. Back then, when I watched scary movies, I would try to use logic to discredit them so that I could sleep at night. With this film, that was impossible. Not only that, but when I did fall asleep, I was afraid of lucid dreaming, which made me wake up a lot. I could even scientifically rationalize it, as it's easy to see someone activating a dark, evil, or demonic side of their subconscious. But what do you guys think? Do you lucid dream? What's the scariest lucid dream you've ever had? Let me know in the comment section. And while you're down there, give me a like and a subscribe, please. That seemed so aggressive. Please, please. And just like that, spooky season has ended. It was fun while it lasted, but things just aren't supposed to be scary forever. Which is why I implore you all to vote if you haven't already. My heart can't take much more. Keep an eye out on social media and Discord for this week's movie. If you have any movie recommendations, let me know in the Discord or in the movie list. And as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and hopefully I'll see you next week.